Who is Qwan'tez Stiggers? That is a question a lot of people will ask after his name is called during the 2024 NFL Draft. Stiggers is on the verge of making history. There's no guarantee he will be drafted, but all signs are pointing that direction. The 5'11", 204-pound corner from Atlanta, Georgia has surprised a lot of people in this past year. A playmaking corner who has emerged basically out of nowhere is currently on tour, visiting NFL teams as they host their top 30 visits leading up to the draft. Every season, there are a couple of prospects who most fans first learn about during the draft process. These players usually come from smaller schools, but majority of the time, they're all-conference, all-American type players, signifying they're the best at their respective level of play. It is not uncommon for a player to get lost in the shuffle, but Qwan'tez's story is pretty unique. By not playing a single snap of college football, he has the opportunity to become the second American-born player to ever accomplish this, with Eric Swan being the only other. Swan was drafted in the first round during the 1991 NFL Draft after playing semi-pro football for the Bay State Titans, a team located in Lynn, Massachusetts. Originally, Swan intended to play for North Carolina State after high school, but he was deemed academically ineligible and never played in a game. During high school, Qwan'tez Stiggers attended the Best Academy in Atlanta, Georgia, which is an acronym for Business, Engineering, Science, and Technology. While at this small school in the Northwest Atlanta, Stiggers would play baseball, basketball, and football. As a 5'5" sophomore, he was the team's kicker, but after a growth spurt and some more experience, he entered his senior year at almost 6 feet tall and was hungry to earn a scholarship to continue playing at the next level. Like most late bloomers, he was overlooked, but he received the opportunity to play for Lane College, an HBCU in Jackson, Tennessee. But he would never take the field for the Dragons due to COVID canceling the 2020 season and the unfortunate passing of his biggest fan, his father, during September of that year, which led Qwan'tez into depression. He dropped out of school and went back home to work. He had given up on his dream of playing football. "I couldn't focus," he says. "It was a period of time where I tried to do something, anything, and then a picture of my dad would just pop up in my head, didn't matter what it was, and it would just shut me right down." The depression lingered while he worked different jobs. He tried multiple times to make a comeback and get back into school to play, but he couldn't get the ball rolling. He was stuck, but was constantly motivated by his family. Things changed in 2022 when he signed to play in the FCF, the Fan-Controlled Football League, a league that consisted of 7-on-7 arena-style football. This league was also located in Atlanta and had a small buzz after seeing players like Josh Gordon, Johnny Manziel, Terrell Owens, and Martavius Bryant take part. Qwan'tez hit the ground running starting in week 1 as he got a pick 6. During this 7-week season, it was easy to see he was a top player in the FCF, while also being the youngest player in the league. His play caught the eye of John Jenkins, a former CFL coordinator, and he suggested Qwan'tez should look at the Canadian Football League as his next step. And John even sent some film up north for him to be evaluated. This turned out to be great advice, as he was quickly sent a contract offer from the Toronto Argonauts. Even though Stiggers was a star in the FCF, it was still a long shot that he would even make the team in Toronto. Most people don't know that the CFL roster size is actually smaller than the NFL, and half the roster must be filled with Canadian players. In the NFL, the active roster consists of 53 men. In Canada, there's a 45-man active roster, with 22 of those spots belonging to Canadian players. Qwan'tez will find himself in a battle just to make the team. The Argos DB coach Josh Bell said at the beginning of training camp while thumbing through the roster, Stiggers was a name that stood out as a candidate to be cut first, as he was so unknown. Lucky for Qwan'tez, Bell's perception of him changed quickly, as Stiggers was a starter by early season. And Bell had this to say: "Honestly, I believe after 2 seasons of winning football in this defense, we'll be thanking him for his time, and the NFL will be beating down the door for him. That's where I see his ceiling is." And he was right. The NFL is beating down the door to learn more about Qwan'tez. But it didn't take 2 seasons in the CFL. It only took 1. In his first and only season in the CFL, Qwan'tez was named the Most Outstanding Rookie, an award given to the Rookie of the Year. His stat line for the 2023 season read 16 starts, 53 tackles, 5 interceptions, as he became the first defensive back to win this award in 25 years. Now, 3.5 years removed from leaving Lane College due to all the personal adversity he was facing, Qwan'tez sees himself in a very unique situation. He remains draft eligible since he has never gone through the draft process due to not playing college football. And while the CFL is looked at as a lesser league than the NFL, this perception is due to the size and money aspect more than the actual player talent. Let's listen to Ocho Cinco as he explains.
Shit. Man, that first day of practice, I say, oh, shit, boy, these motherfuckers could play. Because there's nothing but a bunch of people here from the States. You got about nine Canadians on the team. It's all a bunch of people here that didn't get the opportunity in the NFL, number crunching, politics, didn't get the opportunity coming to college, but just as good with the same talent to be able to play at the highest level. They were just in Canada, that's all. And that was such a surprise to me. Week in and week out, every team you played, whether it was Ottawa, Toronto, damn, what the hell you doing here?
Was it humbling?
Yes, humbling. And I got humble on day 2. Early, and this is my team, and then seeing everybody else throughout the rest of the season, I'm like, oh man, these boys can play some ball. They just wasn't afforded the same opportunities, or didn't get that chance, or got cut, or whatever it might have been. The person maybe in the NFL might have been better than them at the time, but man, the talent down there was up there. It's unbelievable.
And adding the fact that the NFL routinely signs players every year from the CFL shows the front offices around the league respects the gameplay north of the border. But this situation is so unique because Stiggers is only 21 years old and has already showcased his talent and had success in a pro league. He also participated in the East-West Shrine Bowl, where he accomplished another feat of being the first professional player to ever appear in the game. In his week of practice in front of NFL scouts, his hot streak continued, which has led many to consider him one of the biggest NFL combine snubs this year. But all interested were on hand for his pro day, which was held at his high school in Atlanta. Without adding any other players, all the focus was on him. The allure around Qwan'tez brought out representatives from 29 of the 32 NFL teams to watch him perform. Stiggers posted a 36.5-inch vertical, a 10'8" broad, and a 4.45 in the 40-yard dash. While measuring at 5'11" and 204 pounds, it's safe to say the secret is out of the bag, with over 10 top 30 visits already completed. I'm betting on Qwan'tez hearing his name called from round 3 to 5. Corner is a premier position, and a team can never have too many. And anytime you're selecting players in the draft, teams hope their success from college will carry over. But in this case, Stiggers is going to show up day 1 with the confidence and understanding of how to be a pro. I'm sure his dad will be super proud to know how far he has climbed and how much he has accomplished so far. The future is bright for Qwan'tez Stiggers. Thank you.